Okay. I'm late, but I'm trying to source this file that I supposed to have about the live that I did earlier. You know, there's something annoying about when you're searching on the computer, right? And they keep doing this thing where you want to view as large icons, and they have it so unbearably, just a size that makes very little sense, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, this is a bit. Oh, I found it. Sorry. There we go. I found it. All right. Okay. I found it. So what I'll do now is I'll just drop this on the desktop just to be safe, right? I mean, what? I still have that many files on the desktop? That's a madness. Okay, 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 okay. I mean, I might want to delete a few of these. Yeah. Yep, so honor my commitments, even when I don't feel like it, right? I did say 8 in the morning for TikTok, 1, 11 in the morning for the Facebook replay, and what else? Oh, that's another interesting thing. I can use the Facebook replays as part of the YouTube live. So I can do a half and half. So maybe I do a portion of the TikTok live, and then I do a portion of the Facebook live, which, yeah. And then that should cover everything. All right. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. So what? I said for all conflicts, not for some. I said copy for all conflicts. If there are 3 conflicts, I selected all 3. So are you asking if you see this? I swear, this is the struggle of the content creator side of being, you know, an educator or a teacher. Yes. Yeah, I don't understand how you're asking me something that you asked me before, and I already agreed to replacing the yeah, whatever. 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 Yeah. So let me I'm actually going to let me do this. Um oh, I apologize, right? I don't have any video up as yet, so therefore there's nothing for you to look at. Okay, so let me apologize for that. Let me go to not the drive, as in not the hard drive. All right, nope, that's not it. That's not it either. All right, here we go. That's what we did this morning. And there is a bit of a joke about this. There is a bit of a joke about this. The original question, take a look at that. Do you know how silly that is? How is the top 12 centimeters and the line below is 8 centimeters? Yeah. Yeah. Hilarious. So I'm going to let the video play.
really and truly think about this, right? From here to here, right, is longer than from here to here. But guess what? According to them, this is 8 centimeters and this is 12. I think what they meant to do was, this was supposed to be 12 and this is supposed to be 8. There's no way. So whoever designed this question needs to be questioned. Because there's no way this can be 12 and you go further than 12 and end up with 8 centimeters. So this is why it is good to read a textbook and it's good to look in a textbook, but yeah, we have to know, be able to reason for ourselves, because if I had just followed that question and said, okay, let us find the area of this quadrilateral, we'd find it, but there's no way from here to here could be 8. Because if down here is 8, then this has to be smaller than 8. There's no way from here to here is 8 centimeters and this up here is 12. Yeah, that was funny to me. That was funny. That was I did not actually know that was a mistake. Didn't know. And I swear to you, I did not select this on purpose. So like I said, we have to be careful. So okay, fine. We have a couple choices for the area, right? I have a couple choices. Don't know if all of the wording is going to be visible. I don't know. 28 centimeters squared. Alright, so make it write 28. Alright, 28 centimeters squared. Then we have what, 36? No, 30 then 36. Okay. So it's what? 28. Okay, alright. Now again, you have two choices. You can use the area of the formula for the area of a trapezium, or whatever they call this, right? You can use that, or you can do this. Find the area of the rectangle and this triangle right here. And here's a funny story. You can use Pythagoras theorem to find out what this is. Okay. I think I know what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to say that from here to here is also 8. Because watch this. If you do the Pythagoras theorem, you're going to notice this, right? If this from here to here is 3 centimeters, then this and this is the same. Therefore, this part is 3 centimeters. Now, this is a right angle triangle, right? So therefore, you can use the Pythagoras theorem to get that unknown side right here, right? And mind you, you don't even need to do that, really and truly. I'm going to tell you why. Because the length from here to here is actually 12. So therefore, we can split it in 2. Right? We can split it in 2. What is here to here? Well, I want to draw a line a little bit there, a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more, you know. Yeah. So the line from here to here, well, that is that is 8 centimeters from here to here. But from here to there is actually 12 centimeters. That means here to here is your unknown. Right? Your little question mark right here. So if you add 8 plus question mark and it's equal to 12, then question mark is equal to 12 minus the 8. So if you minus 8 from 12, this part here has to be what? 4 centimeters, right? This has to be 4. So them giving us the entire length here as 12 is kind of a giveaway. And remember, they made a mistake. They called up here 12. They never, I don't even know how they made that mistake, but you know, beggars cannot be choosers, right? And even if we did the Pythagoras theorem, we would still end up with the number 4, right? Because this, okay, let's just call this h and this is one side and the other side, right? So we have h squared equal, let's say, question mark squared plus, let's say, 3 squared. Now if you change something called the formula, really and truly, hold on. Make sure it's the right thing, myself. Make sure that I'm saying the right thing, yeah? Yeah. I am saying the right thing. yeah. So that's the question mark, right? So this side squared plus this side squared is equal to this. Now if I want just this by itself, I have to minus 3 squared from here and 3 squared from here. That's what I need to do, right? So I go have to minus 3 squared from here and 3 squared from here. So therefore, now, when I rewrite everything, it's going to be question mark squared is equal to, is going to be equal to h squared minus 3 squared, right? That's what's going to happen now. So we just change the subject of the formula, right? Now the h is obviously the longest side, which is 5. So you can always write 5 squared right here. Now with that in mind, this is what? 25 minus 9. And of course, you know what happened after that. Right? If I minus 5 from that and that, what am I get? I get 20 minus 4. 20 minus 4, that's 16. Right? So now, I have this squared is equal to 16. The only thing I have left to do now is square root the left and square root the right as well. So with that in mind, the question mark still is equal to 4. So either way, we're still going to end up with 4. So whether we did it Pythagoras theorem way, or we use the logic of this, if this piece is 8 plus an unknown is equal to 12, both of them are still equal to 4 anyway, right? So yeah, that's an interesting little piece of info right here. Yeah? So no matter which way we went, we still ended up with 4 as the base for this triangle here, right? So now we can find the area of that triangle, right? The area for that triangle is what now? It is 3 times 4, which is the base times height, which is what? 12 divided by 2. So this is going to be 6 centimeters square. Hopefully, let me look and see if that's visible. Okay, alright, yeah. I just wanted to see. Alright, cool. Now, this piece is 6. This rectangle is an 8 by 3 rectangle. Therefore, let me remove this just a little bit. 8 times 3, that's going to be 24 centimeters squared. And now, because it's a composite figure, if you add this to that, then 24 plus 6. So that means that we rule out this, we rule out this, and we rule out this. Right? So C is what our answer is. Right? This is, how do I put this now? I would say this is the more, I wouldn't say easier, but it's how do I put it now? It's not as problematic if you don't, like, so for example, if you don't remember the formula, you have a rectangle, you have a triangle. If you know the area of a triangle and you know the area of a rectangle, find one, find the other, and then add the two of them. Right? You shouldn't have a problem after that. Right? So, yeah. I want to try to capture a little bit of this. Right? So, just a second there while I put this together. Alright, so alright, good. Alright. What do we do with the eraser now? Really? I move it so far. Alright, so let me get rid of this, right? Alright, let me pretend I didn't do that. So let me pretend that I did not find this. Right? So let's say we're not dealing with it as two separate plane figures, right? So let's say we never did all of that. Let's say we just assume that what we had. So we never have this and that, even though we know what it is, but we go pretend like we never see all of that, right? Let's actually pretend. And it told us to find the area of this figure, right? Well, they refer to it as a quadrilateral, right? A four-sided figure, right? So let me move the options because either way we know that it's supposed to give us 30. Well, let's remove them for now. So what if all we had was the area for the trapezium, which is this? Yeah? Then we'll have to identify what is A and what's B. I would say that B is equal to this, A is equal to this, and H. Can you see that? Okay, the H is there, thank God. Because I thought the board cut it off. Right. So now we'll just go to substitution, right? So the H is 3, so why not? Let's put 3 over here. 3 is right here. A is 8. right here. B is what? 12? Alright, so well, okay. We're going to have half of what number now? Of 20 centimeters, right? Alright. And of course half of that is 10. So there we go. We end up right back to what our answer was in the first place. Right? Therefore, our answer was in fact 30 centimeters squared. Right? Yeah. So even though we use two completely different ways of getting to the same solution, right? It's just good to know that you can, so whatever you're most comfortable doing, that's what you do. Right? Some people can use the formula and do the substitution. I will have to be careful not to use that because, well, that's the slant, that's the diagonal height, not the actual height of this part here. Right? So we have to use this and not that. Because then that can throw off your answer. So you end up with 5 times that, give you 50, and then when you look in your multiple choice answers, there's no 50. Right? No 50 at all. Yeah? So, you know, a nice little question there, but I was kind of surprised that they made that mistake right there. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, yeah. Okay. I like this because it's, I mean, I guess when you get comfortable with fractions, certain things make sense. Alright? So here's this. Here's the, oh, I thought I had black a while ago. Alright, so here's what I call a circle, even though it's not going to be perfect. Alright? Not going to be perfect. Let's see how good of a circle I can get. Yeah, not bad. Right? Could have worse. Right? So you have this. The area of this is pi r squared, right? However, if you have just a piece of the circle, or that part, and then do this. So now I just took away the major sector, right?
Well, I guess it's a bit of a relief, right? Sometimes TikTok like to skip to the good part. Alright, let's see how much more of it actually.
Erased was the major sector. Now this would be a minor sector, right? Meaning the smaller piece of the circle is left, right? So I take the big chunk and I remove it, right? So what them have as an angle in the middle? The angle I have in the middle is 72 degrees right here, right? Now this entire thing over here is 360 degrees. Yeah? But this is just a piece of that. So it would have to be smaller than this. Then they say that from here to here, obviously the radius, right? What them label it as? Them label it as, so okay, they call this O, this A, this B, and this little label here R. Right? Yeah. Now with that in mind now, I'm trying to get a picture of it too. Alright, so let me go back to the original question now. AOB is a sector of a circle such that AOB is 72 degrees, blah blah blah. What is the area of AOB? Okay. So the area of this and this is very similar, right? Because the area of this is still going to be pi r squared, except we're going to multiply it by what? By this amount, which is a fraction of this. So therefore, if the total thing is 360 degrees, then the fraction of it is the 72. Right? So it's really a fraction of the circle, which makes sense. It's like you take a slice of pizza or a piece of cake. Same thing, right? Which is why sometimes in the CSEC questions or even city angles, they ask you, well, if it was a cake or if it was a pizza, how much of it did you take if the amount was that and all of the madness there, right? So the answers there, what? Hold on. Oh, okay, good. My eye never did work so good a while ago. Okay. So here are the options they give you. The options they give you are, okay, good. 1/5 pi r or 2/5 pi r, right? So you have this as an option, this as an option, or you have so let me see if that's visible. Right. I kind of should have put a border around it. Right, so let me go on a little bit. Just put a border here. Yeah. So which one of these would be the answer? Well, I don't know about anybody else, but my favorite thing to do is use prime numbers to get rid of that and reduce it to its lowest terms. That's what I would do with it, right? So let me try to capture this picture here. Let me just take a look at it. Alright, so now I go get rid of this because we don't really need all of that. So let me see if we can see all of that. So 72 and 360. In fact, let me just make my life nice. 72, 360, and let me draw my lines like this. Let me have a look at that. Right. So now imagine this. I'm going to write 222, which stands for 8, and 2 of the 3's, which stand for 9. Now, with this, alright, so I have 36 times 10. 36 times 10, okay. Well, 36 plus 36 gives me this, so if I divide that by 2, then this part is 36. So 2, 2, 3, 3. So that part is the 36. That's the 36 part of this. Right? So, this 0 indicates that I multiply by 10. So my 10 has to be 2 times 5. So I will put my 2 here and my 5 right here. So now, I suppose we can have fun with that now, right? Really? Yeah, I wish there was a mute button for that. So now look at this. We have 3 2's up here, 3 2's down here, 2 3's up here, and that. So, if we were to treat them like the fractions that they are, if I draw a line through this, you see what I draw my line through? That is the HCF. Right? So if I, seriously? Yeah, I have no words for that. So if I divide 72 by 72, the number I will get up here is going to be 1. Right? So if I draw my line through this and my line through this, what I've essentially done is I've eliminated the HCF of both numbers, right? So the HCF is 72. So if I divide this number by 72, I get 1. I divide this number by 72, I get 5. So therefore, 72 over 360 is the same as all of that times 1 over 5. So if that is true, then what I can do now is eliminate them here because these are not r squared. Right? So cannot be A, cannot be B. And then this is 1 over 5, not 2 over 5, so I eliminate this. Yeah? Yeah. So, yeah. You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to. Let me see if I can keep it at 45 instead of an hour. I know an hour can be rough a lot of the times. Alright? So maybe we could do 45, right? Alright. I don't want to do too bad with that. Alright. You know, I like this. It's a very weird question, but I might as well do it. You know? Why not? Why not? Why not? The simplicity of it or the complexity of it. Sometimes it looks simple, but it's harder than it actually is. And then sometimes it looks difficult, but it's, you know, yeah, maths can be like that. Maths is very, you know, occasionally easy, occasionally difficult, right? Let us see if this shape that they give us. So it is an L-shaped block, yeah? It's an L. Yeah, I have an inside joke about that. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Oh God, that's a story for another day. So they said from here to here is 6 centimeters, right? And from here to here is 8, which makes sense. This is longer than this, so yeah. Alright, cool. Then this here is supposed to be 4. From here to here. And from here to here, them say that's going to be 6 centimeters. So they're asking us to find the perimeter of this shape, right? I want us to find the perimeter of all of that. I wonder if my trick would work. I'm wondering. No. They give us this, but what they never give us, they never give us this piece, and never give us this one. Right? They didn't give us those pieces. So of course, if you add this plus this, you get this number, right? So therefore 6 plus unknown is equal to 8, 8 minus 6, that's 2. So this part is going to be 2, right? This is a simpler way, well, relatively simpler, right? Then now 4 plus an unknown number equals 6, 6 minus 4 is the same, right? There we go. Now with that information, what you going to do? Just add up all the numbers, right? Just add up everything. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 6, 12 plus 6, 18 plus 2, 20 plus 8, that's 28. Okay, fine. I have an easier way to do that. Something even easier than adding up all of these numbers. So listen to the trick that I have. Yeah? Forget about this. Alright, forget about that. And forget about this. 8 is longer than 6. Circle the 8. 6 is longer than 4. Circle the larger one. What are you going to do with this number and this number? You're going to use the formula called the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 times length plus 2 times width. Therefore, your L is going to be what? The 8, and your width is going to be the 6. So you can make it as, what's the word now, layman's terms, as much as you want. So in other words, you can write 8 plus 8 plus 6 plus 6, and it's the same thing as 2 times this and 2 times that. It's the same thing. So therefore 2 times 8 is, well, last time I checked, that is 16 centimeters. And then 6 plus 6, that is 12. And then finally, your answer is what? $28. Just like what we got before. Before we got 28 and we got 28 again. So, really and truly, you can decide if this is easier for you to do. You know, you have a choice, right? We're not telling you exactly what to do. You can just, you have option A, you have option B, right? So you can do this, or, well, say 6 plus that number equal 8, so you find the 2. 4 plus unknown equal the 6, so 6 minus 4, same 2. And then just add up all the numbers. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 2, 12 plus 2, 14, plus 6, 20, 20 plus 8. Right? So, yeah. We're not doing that. We're not pretending like it's only one way, That's an interesting question though. The two of them. Alright. So let me get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Now this question, what it say now? Them say, I'm going to literally have to write this out, which I really don't like doing. Right? The distance around the edge of a circular pond. Not sure. Okay, yeah, you can see it. Is, let's say 88 meters. Right? The radius in meters. Okay. So they're basically asking for the radius, right? So they have a few options here. So let's see what they put down. They put down 176 times pi. Divided by, and 88 divided by, oh no, lie. Okay, I see what you did. Alright. So 88 divided by this, 88 times this, right. Okay. So to answer this question, the distance around the edge is actually the circumference, which is equal to 2 times pi r. However, that's the case then, two pi r is equal to 88. But then, when we want to get rid of, okay, my favorite thing to do is, let me color code. So let me change R to blue. Now, if I want to get rid of everything black, I have to divide this by everything that's in black. I have to divide it by the 2 and the pi. But if I do that to the left, I have to do that to the right as well. Right? So what I do to the left, I do to the right. So, 1, 2. And look at that. This look exactly like that. So, there you go. Yeah? There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I find it interesting that, I mean, more than likely they have multiple versions of the same question. So, you know, we'll probably see that question again and again and again. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to do these last two, but I will try. So, diagram above not drawn to scale shows a cylinder of radius 3 centimeters and a height of 8. Alright, so let's do that. I'll get rid of all of this. Let's get rid of all of it. So basically what they're saying is, so we have this, have this, we have this, we have this. Now mind you, this, you know, not drawn to scale, so, you know, don't, you know what I mean? It's not drawn to scale. Right? They said that, I look so. Look corrupt. You look corrupt, man. Right. Let's see if, you know, they're not perfect, but you know. Well, you see, that's the problem. That's the problem. I want symmetry. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So, from here to here, the radius is, let's say, 3. And from here to here, the height is 8 centimeters. So, they're asking for the volume now. The volume of this figure is what? Well, so let's put that in perspective. The volume of any figure is the area of the face of it. If you were to turn this to you, this part here would look like a circle. Because it looks like a circle, the area for this piece is actually going to be pi r squared, right? Right, I just want to make sure that it's visible. So, basically, I mean, if you want to look at it another way, here's a circle, right? Again, not drawn to perfection, right? But this is the face. The face of the shape looks like a circle. So because it looks like a circle, the area of that section that I color in green is going to be considered a circle. So therefore, the area of that is pi r squared, right? Now, that means that whether you want to call this the width and this the length, or this the length and not the width, length times width give you area. So volume is pretty much similar to So the area is this. Alright, so there's that. So that would mean now that we multiply this by this. It's like you're treating it like a rectangle. You're treating it like a rectangle. So this is your width. That's your length. Length times width is like an area or something like that. So you're going to multiply it by pi r squared. Now this is the radius, so r squared, which is r is 3. Therefore r squared is going to be 9 centimeters squared. That makes sense. R times R, 3 cm times 3 cm, that's 9 centimeters squared, right? So, if you multiply this by pi, you get 9 times pi. So, the volume for this entire thing is actually going to be You have the pi part, you have the 9, and you have the 8. So you have Cm squared times Cm. And so when you multiply 9 by 8 now, you get 72. Therefore, the answer is going to be 72 times the pi, and everything is Cm raised to the 3. Yeah. Now let's see what the answers are. They have 12 times pi, 72 times pi, 48 and 192. So yes. So our answer is going to be 72. So let me try and get that. Alright, so let's do the last one now. Okay. So just like how you have the area of a sector, you have minor and major arcs, right? So for example, again, you have your entire circle, alright? Try, you know. Come on, man. Yeah, right? So you have that, but then you also have the potential of it looking like that, right? So this is the entire circle, whereas this is just you call this a minor arc thing. Yeah? That's what you would call that. So, but when we're talking about that, we're talking about circumference in this case, right? So the arc is always related to circumference, right? So the circumference of a full circle is 2 times pi r, whereas this now, I mean, just so you understand, attach this arc to a sector, right? And this angle tells you the portion of the circle that is. So even though you're only measuring this line here, you want the degree that is right there to tell you what that is. Now the degree that them have in this situation is 60 degrees, right? So remember now, when we're focusing on the arc, it's actually this line right here. Alright, we're measuring that. Yeah? Or really and truly what I should have done. Have this in the broken lines. Yeah? Or we're just pretending that it's there. And then of course, the full line now can be this. As we are measuring this is what is actually, yeah? Right. This is the line we're actually measuring. So, if this is 2 pi r, then this is going to be 2 pi r times, well, of course, the full The full thing for this was what? 360 degrees, right? So if this is 360 and this is 60, then we have to put 60 over oh, okay. I don't like when they do this to me in the middle of live. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I should just stick to 45 minutes and call it a day. Right, yeah. So anyhow, where was I now? Right, so anyway, divide this, get rid of the zero then. You have 6 over 36. 6 times 6 gives you 36. So if you divide that by 6 and that by 6, you have 1 over 6. So in reality, you have 2 pi r times 1 over 6. Let me see the answers them have there. Oh! Now here's the interesting part. Now, they said that the circumference of the circle is 20 centimeters. Right? 20 centimeters it is. Okay. Forget it now. So therefore, let me see if I'm making sense of this now. It means then that you're going to replace the 2 pi r with the 20. According to how they set the question, it would be that. And then they're asking when they wanted to reduce it, and other times I guess they want us to leave it in the form that they give us. So maybe, yeah. So it's not every time we go reduce it. So sometimes we leave it like this and then you're going to replace the 2 pi r with the 20. According to how they set the question, it would be that. And then they're asking when they wanted to reduce it.
Okay,
and other times.
so what happened at this point was that I had to go from the 1 over 6 back to the 60 over 360 because the answer looked a lot more like 20 times 60 over the 360. So that's, you know, like how they do these, the options that you have look like a step in the equation, but instead of you solving it fully, they break it down to half of the step, and instead of using the final result as the answer, they use somewhere in the middle. So that is what this is. So normally it would have been 20 times 1 over 6, but they had 20 times 60 over 360. So if the 1 over 6 is not on the paper, you would literally have to use the answer that they give you right there, which means that all you're doing is you're taking 20 centimeters, dividing it by 6, and that will give you the minor arc right there, which I am going to explain in due course.
Times, I guess they want us to leave it in the form that they give us. So maybe, yeah. So it's not every time we go reduce it. So sometimes we leave it like this, and then why it's interesting is because them tell you that the circumference of the original circle, the whole length of the line for this was 20. So what would you have to do to find the length of this line? You'd have to divide 20 by 6. So therefore, yeah, that's a different number in time, right? 20 over 6 would be like, let me just write it. 3 and 2 over 6. 3 1/3. So this would be like 3.33 centimeters or 3.34, and this would be the length of this would be yeah. So if you multiply this number by 6, you're supposed to get this number. Anyway, that's as much as TikTok will allow me to do. So I'm going to try and stick to 45 minutes at a time. That way they don't try and interrupt what's going on, yeah? So again, thanks for helping me to stay consistent. And I like to show you want to the classes here. Alright, press the WhatsApp button and honor your commitments.
Okay, so this is the live that I did earlier. This live was on Facebook. Yeah, I think I made a correction here. I accidentally had 2,914 instead of 2,914. I mean, instead of 2,916. Because when you multiply numbers that end with 4, you have a 6 at the end. Right? So that was a mistake. Let's see what I did here.
Really? Hold on. I mean, that shouldn't happen really and truly. If I add 105 to, hold on. Let me double check it so I know. All right, let me do this. 53 times 53. 2,809. Okay. So then the square of 54. Oh, I made a mistake. I knew I made some kind of mistake. Because guess what? There's no way you can multiply 4 by 4 and end up with a 4 at the end. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. I knew something looked funny. Right? What did I add? So alright. Oh, I'll tell you what happened. So I made this I'm supposed to add 105 to this number, right? So that I get 2,809. That's what was supposed to happen, right? So I ended up adding 105 2 times. That's what happened. So that was my mistake. If I added 107 to this, I would get this number over here. Okay. Yeah, that was my oversight. So yeah, so the correct square of 54 is 2,916. Right? But you notice, if you notice, that number right here falls in between this and this. Right? So this is not quite 2,809 and it's not quite this either. So once it drops in between, then it's not going to be a perfect square. Yeah? And when it's not a perfect square, you will not be able to factorize using the AC method. Right? You won't be able to do that. Now there's something that's happening and I want to, I don't know why it's taking as long as it is, but it would be nice because I'm really trying to get the okay.
Yeah, I'm a, I'm trying not to be frustrated because it says that it's downloading the file, but I'm not seeing the progress on the download itself. So I have no idea how far or how close it is to, being complete.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly how you solve the problem that we just had. Yeah? Because, I mean, is it every time you feel like you want to be dressed appropriately and be able to teach? Nope, not really. So why not? Why not do it like this? Are you passionate about teaching? I'm sure the answer is yes. I'm sure. Now, would you like to learn how to teach without worrying about dress code or feeling like you look a mess? Also, would you like to learn how to monetize your teaching videos and perhaps other hidden talents? And for number 4, would you like to collaborate by using your phone or a tablet and learn how to make more money exploring all your hidden talents? Yeah? How about that? How are we answering that? So if you're not exactly sure how we're going to do all of that, well, of course, all you have to do is press the button in blue and it will take you to the WhatsApp. Now remember, what you teach is entirely up to you. Yeah? Entirely up to you. Right? Now what if I told you that right here, literally right here, is where I do my live stream on TikTok. Right here. Now, what is the point in me saying that? I suppose what I'm suggesting is you can do the same. And if you're shy about doing all of that, that's the whole point of We Still Learn. I will teach you how to do the things that you're probably apprehensive about, right? So you want to learn how to utilize your tablet, record your videos, play it back in a live stream, give commentary while you're doing your live stream and all of those things. You can use Zoom to connect to Google Meets. So that way, if some people are in Google Meets and some people are in Zoom, you can actually access both audiences, right? So these are things that we can actually learn at We Still Learn, right? So let's not shy away from it, yeah? So I just wanted to show you. I will probably go live with a video like this, and I will play this video in the live so that you have an idea of the kind of things that are possible. That is the entire purpose of this. I'm exploring possibilities for teachers like myself, like yourself, like everybody else, right? So that is the board that I use to do my live streams, and I've set up the phone in such a way where you can literally see exactly where I would be seated when I do the live. Yeah? So if it's possible for me, it's possible for you, and if you want to learn how to do that, then all you need to do is okay. So this is an explanation of introducing the idea of going TikTok live for We Still Learn. I'm trying to post some content on the page so that we can qualify for doing live streams and so on. Well, I mean, I can do live streams for We Still Learn on Facebook at the very least. I think I can do it on YouTube as well. But the thing is, for me to include the teachers in the way that I want to include them, I want it to be authorized on TikTok. So yeah, definitely working on that. So I'm going to look for those videos
if I'm not uploading them as yet, I will do that and download them to my phone and upload them properly on TikTok. Because I think I saw some videos where my text might have been wrapped around some words that kind of interfere with the appearance, but it's fine. I can always repost. So yeah, so let's see what else I have in mind. Let's see what else. Oh, let's.
Would you like to collaborate by um
Oh yeah, I remember what this was about. I was trying to record the live that I was doing, but I think the audio is a little low, to be fair. I feel like the audio low, 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 low. All right, let's see. What am I doing here now? What am I doing here now? Oh, here we
that I've done. Um, yeah. Monday is one of those days, guys. So, as they say, anything that can go wrong will. So, I think that's what happened to me. I think I got caught. Even I mean, Monday I not even go. You know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it because, um, yeah, what I'll do is I'll try to make Mondays lighter because, I know that most Mondays are not really pleasant days for most people. Most people are at work or at school, and it's the first day of the week. So most people on a Monday, yeah, you know, who wants to be educated on a Monday? People don't even like going to school on a Monday. And here I am going live about classes that I'm going to be doing. But that's why I'm doing it on a Monday, because I would rather you see the live that happens on a Monday. That way you can say, oh, well, at least I don't have to, I don't have to, because look at the joy of this. Suppose you don't have the money to come to my class. Then just join the live stream. And I just do the classes for free. Right? The only thing is that when I do the live stream for free now, I would just keep it in the same schedule, meaning always doing it on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Right? Do it like that so that way when the bulk of everyone is gathered. So that's a good way going forward. Let us say I have no idea what time everybody's available. I just answered my own question. And what I could do is I could make a Google form and then make a video saying that I have a Google form. Tell you that whenever you want the Google form, you press the WhatsApp button. I give you the Google form, and then you tell me what is the best time for you. It's probably a good idea. And I'd like to inform people in addition to myself. Right? I'm laughing because I can't believe that this thing is still downloading. Can't believe it. All right, what have I got going on here? Okay, but that's the shorter version of this video. Okay, I think I like this one. I think this is the first blitz I ever did. I believe so.
Okay, for real this time. We are going to do a special page today. We're going to do blitzkrieg, right? Blitz, meaning 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 11 through to 15. Page 11 to 15, all right? So this is a note to self, right? So I'm going to focus on this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Yeah? One at a time. Hopefully I get through it real quick. So let's try that. Blitz. Alright, so it starts off like this, and then we move on to it looking like. Alright, so again, still on the blitzkrieg, page 11 to 15. What are we going to do next? You might be 72, and you might be 35. Yeah, that's a vibe. Subtract this from this, I'm sure you'll get the 37 in the middle. So let's skip. Alright, so have a good look at that. Right? Makes sense, doesn't it? So after we do this, we'll do this. So now we do this, and then we do this. Then we copy and paste. Then we divide this by this right away. And now we'll do that, followed by that, and now finally that. Let's go on to number 12, or page 12. Now no time for waste. Let's go. Now it's time to combine. Now my first guess, combine all of the threes. So we get 81, we add an x. 2 by 2 by 2 is 8 by 7, that is, put that in a calculator, subtract this from that, I'm sure you're going to get that plus 25. Just to emphasize. Alright, what are we doing this time? Okay, so you find the HCF, what goes outside, and then what goes in the bracket, copy and paste, divide plus 81x by 9 to get plus 9x, and now you know what's next. First we have this, then we have this, and finally we have all of this. Now let's go to 13. We're going to try and get plus 23, right? Let's see. Screenshot this. Remember to do that. Oh yeah? Watch this. Multiply that by that. What you get? Don't do anything else yet. Take this, add it to that. What you get? Well, it's not quite a catch-22. It's a 72. Again, screenshot this, right? All right, let's get through this real quick. That's going to be 7. You know how we got that. Don't pretend. Copy and paste that over here. Take your pick. Divide this by this or this by this. And put that right here. Remember to screenshot this, and then we move on to the next. So first we have this, then we have this, and finally, and now finally this. 14. Almost there. I have one more after this. Let's see. As usual, that's a bit difficult to see, so let's put that together. Now, not every guess is the same, so let's try this. This is 45. Now add that to that 27 and see what you get. You ended up with 72. Trust me, you did. Don't forget to screenshot this. Take a screenshot of this as well. Divide that and that by this 5. And you'll get this vibe. Put that, copy it over there. Divide this by this, right? Plus 72x over 8 to get something like this. And now, go from this to this, and then finally to this. Yeah? Now we're at 15. And now I'm happy with the grand finale. Can't quite leave it like this. Oh,
No, might challenge myself to do something, but I'm wondering if yeah, I could do that. Right. Okay, so I want to do a correction to this video. I mean, yeah, this became one of my highest viewed videos when it came out. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. Right, I blundered a little. Um,
Can't believe it.
yeah, sorry, hold on. Okay, so what I want to challenge myself to do is to find each of these quadratic trinomials, right? And instead of me um factorizing them, I would complete the square of each and see how fast I could get through that. But I feel like, honestly speaking, because of the steps that are involved, um, if I'm going to be honest, there's a let me see. So I would have one, two, yeah, it's a lot. I want to count every step, but it's going to be a lot. I'm trying. Let me put it to the imagination. So I have step one, then I have the skeleton, right? So the skeleton would be step two, right? Then I would fill in the positive and negative blank squared. So I'd put those in. Then I would do step four, which is doing the factorizing, right? So therefore, it's something to the effect of, by example, is like you're dividing 15x squared by 15, therefore you get x squared. You divide minus 14x by 15, you get minus 14x over 15, right? Now, in the case of this, the minus 40x squared plus 37x plus 63. I like these questions because they're the negative ax squared, and these were typically more difficult for me to do when I was in school. So I try my best to navigate those problems that I struggled with myself. Um, so yeah, I definitely want to revisit some of these by completing the square. Um, mm, let me figure this out now. Then the next step now. Okay, so can I mentally do this? Okay, so let's say you have minus 40 on the outside. If you divide minus 40x squared by minus 40, you get x squared. But if you divide plus 37x by minus 40, um, by minus 40, it would be minus 37 over 40x, resulting in plus 37 over 80 all squared. Okay, that's what you would have. Um, okay. So the bracket would be x minus 37 over 80 all squared being multiplied by minus 40 on the outside. And then what would happen out there? You'd end up with plus 63 minus the 37 over 80 all squared being multiplied by the minus 40. No, here's the catch to that. No. So 40 over 40 multiplied by 1/80 times 1/80, that would result in, let me see now, 40 times 2, 40 times 2, leaving with 40 times 2, 80. Right. So therefore, you just add 80 to itself. So the denominator would be 160 in this case. Okay. Yeah. I'm mentally doing it. So I would see what numbers to expect. The numerator is 37. So I'd have to square 37 and see what I get for that. And then yeah. So that's a challenge and a note to self. So let's, oh yeah, wait, was this, yeah, I think I was, which, all right, this, yes, I remember what this video is now. This is a reminder and a note to self on making a video like this for all the other pages and all the other channels that I promote. So I need to make more use of my tablet. Yeah. And then I think I wrapped up by using the last set of announcements here, right? Yeah. Yeah, the final 3 announcements. I mean, I think I did these as sort of a compilation. And so each of them lasted 3 minutes. So if you put them together, it's a 9-minute video. And then there was a tutorial that came after, which was 2 sets of 3 minutes put together for a 6-minute tutorial. Yeah. So I think that's it. So I'm not well overstay my welcome. I'll just play this and yeah. So that's why I me to stay consistent, and I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. And I don't know. I want to see how I feel about it, because I don't want to take too much time, right? Maybe what I'll do, I'll probably do 45 minutes for the TikTok live, and then after the 45, probably do another 45 again, so that way I don't overstay the welcome. Yeah, so yeah, it's probably a good strategy. So see you guys in the morning at 8 on the TikTok live, then at 11 for the Facebook live, then at 8 for the same time like now. All right. So yeah, so that way, if you're interested in any of that, you go here, press that button in blue, right? Yeah, that's it. So thanks for helping me to stay consistent, right? As I always tell you, press the button in blue and honor your commitments. So looks like this, and it looks like this. Now, as for Saturday to Sunday, face-to-face or online, it's going to look like this, whether it's face-to-face or online. Now again, all of this is going to be on over here on IG, and you press that button on the far right. Yeah, so where you see beside message, yeah, you just press WhatsApp, and then we'll talk all about face-to-face online or face-to-face or online. Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, you press that blue button this time. Yeah,
So that's it. I don't think I can make, and again, this now applies to both PEP and CSEC, right? There might be different times, right? There are different timetables, so obviously I will make those announcements. I will circulate those videos every time I go live. Do I have to do that now? Oh, hold on. Probably not going to do it in this video, right? I don't want to give too much info in one, right? So I believe I can honor these commitments, right? I can stick to this, I can stick to that, and I can stick to that, right? And it's going to be like this. It might change, maybe getting closer to the summer, maybe, right? But I guess between now and perhaps May, yeah, I don't really see much change, right? So you're doing CSEC maths, PEP maths, yeah, these are going to stay the same. No, you will find this post primarily on IG, right? Primarily on IG. Might see it on YouTube too. You might see it when I go live. So I will circulate this video in the live, and I'm going to announce the times that I go live. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I do a TikTok live in the morning, then I do a replay of that, and then of course a replay of that again in YouTube later on, right? So I'm going to make that announcement now. Now before I move on, so starting on this day, on these calendar days, we're going to go TikTok live every morning at 8, right? So I'm going to honor those commitments every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8. Then, after having done that, this is what's going to happen. So, again, this has been moved to 11, right? So, just letting you know that this is supposed to be 11 a.m. We're going to march on over to the Facebook Live for essentially the TikTok Live replay, right? So, and then any questions that anybody has to ask about the classes, like anything that you've seen in the previous videos, you can always address that over here. Yeah, and again, I will circulate this video so that I can answer those questions as well, right? So if you have any questions you want to ask me, you press that blue button right here, right? That's how you do it. And again, next time I'll probably do a better job, because see, look at this. It's so, you understand? That's why it's good to have the tablet. I left it. Yeah. So there you go. Right? Yeah. So the TikTok live is at 8 in the morning. The Facebook live will be a replay of the TikTok live at 10. Yeah. And just to be consistent, if we start in the morning at 8, we start in the evening at 8. Right? The YouTube live will be similar to the Facebook live, right? A replay of the TikTok and any questions you have, as I always say. Yeah. Yeah. So remember this page, that button. Anything you want to ask me about what you've seen before, right? The first video, the second video, and this video. All three of them will be playing in the live, so you know. So this is the, let me put it here. So this is the timetable for February 2025 regarding all the times I'm going to go live, right? So it starts with the TikTok in the morning, followed by the Facebook, and then the YouTube, right? I will do a replay, and we can actually go through what it was that I did. Yeah, and who knows, maybe over here I could do a TikTok. I did this on the 10, 11. Okay, that's it. No, I must apologize if the
replay of the audio is low. Dear God. Anyhow, yeah, I'm trying to shout so that I can, compensate for how low the audio is. So yeah, anyhow, you have yourselves a good night, and again, honor your commitments.